Hey y'all, welcome to my Booktube channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag, and I have with me, yes, we're on my floor, and this is not green tea, this is wine, I'm going to be honest, and it's good. So I'm going to be answering 10 questions, and this is my assistant, Skeleton Steve, who likes to read. We've known each other since last year. I found him naked and alone in, I believe the land was called Myatica. And I asked him if he wanted, I would clothe him and make him an eye patch. I would let him read my books if he would just guard my books. And he said, okay. And then he agreed to be my assistant for my Booktube channel. So he actually has the 10 questions in his hand. I kind of mixed them up. I read through them once, but I didn't really think too much on them kind of thing. I thought it'd be more fun just kind of making a game out of it. So I don't know what order the questions are in, but there's only 10, so I'm going to get right to it. I kind of want more of this. All right, so the first one, let's see. When did you start reading? I think in the womb. My mom read books to her belly while she was pregnant with me, so no hate here toward audiobooks. All right, what's the next one? Aw, thanks, Steve. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Probably meeting new people, I would think. Don't really have many people around here who like to read as much as I do, so I think I'm most excited for that, and also kind of exploring a new hobby, getting into something new, trying new things. I mean, that's always fun, right? Exploring. It's the Goonie in me. All right, let's see. Where do you read? Mostly in my bed, but I actually want to kind of change that. I would like to, there's some great parks around where I live. You just kind of have to travel just a little bit. I would like to be that person that found a tree to read. But the thing is, I am very aware of my surroundings, so it's hard, it's a little bit hard for me to focus. You know, it's the hunter in me. I'm not trying to get kidnapped and end up on CNN, so I am just aware of what's around me. And if I need to break out my inner Ninja Turtle, I will. So I would like to venture out, but for right now, I usually read in this chair. I do love this chair, or I read in bed. Oh, hi. This one. What are some funny, unique things you could bring to YouTube? That's kind of a hard one to answer, because I think when people try to be too unique, you just end up being the same. I just want to have fun and maybe be creative and, like I said, try new things. I mean, I'm open to trying new things, getting out of my comfort zone kind of thing. What book or series got you into reading? This is kind of a hard one, because how far back do you want me to go? Like, I remember the Berenstain Bear books when I was really little. My parents always encouraged reading. But I did remember this one question, because I did bring a little bit of an example. This is a really good book, by the way. Judge Generally Me. The Poems of Emily Dickinson. But as far as poetry, I remember this one when I was little. Royal Dow's Revolting Rhymes. If you want sort of a twisted tale on classics such as Cinderella and Red Riding Hood in poetry form, I recommend this one. This one stayed in my mind till this day, and I still love it. And then I also have this series. I got this. It's Goosebumps, and that's a collectible tin, but inside were these. So I got a good deal. I'm not a huge collector of these. I don't really want them all, although, you know, it would be nice, but I wanted the ones I remembered from my childhood. Night of the Living Dummy. Welcome to Dead House. This is all in that collection. This one was my favorite. Say Cheese and Die. I remember that cover. And I feel like if I remember the cover from when I was little, I should probably own it. And I was lucky enough to find that on Amazon. The Haunted Masses is a really good one. And then Welcome to Horrorland. And then this book actually made me scream when I got it. I got it recently. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this one scared me as a grown woman, only because of this. Was so excited to get it in the mail that I was not expecting that, and I opened it and did a little. I'm not gonna lie, you got me, goosebumps. And then I don't know if any of y'all remember R.L. Stine, Fear Street. I still have this. Loved those. And then I got The New Girl. This is like the first one. I recently got this one. And then Christopher Pike's Scavenger Hunt. I loved this one too. But I also read, like I said, Berenstain Bears when I was little. Sweet Valley High. But even then, I liked the ones that were centered around Halloween. I think it was either Sweet Valley High or Sweet Valley Twins, where there was one where they, maybe a scary funhouse or something. I read the Choose Your Own Adventure books. Those are really, really good. And Anne of Green Gables. But I think what really got me into reading when I was little was probably the Goosebumps books and the Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, if any of y'all remember those. All right, next question. Sorry, I spent a lot of time on that one, but I actually did have examples to show you. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Probably editing. I'm not techie, I'm not gonna lie. God bless iMovie. And yes, I'm holding this in my hand because the stand that I got isn't really the best, and maybe it's a control issue too. I like having my phone in my hand and controlling it, even though I'm probably not doing a good job, but I will get better, I promise. You know, let's just have fun. And then let's see. What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? You want to hang out? That one's easy. Let's see. Oh, that was cute. Why do you love reading? Oh, that's actually easy and a hard question to answer, just because we don't have that kind of time. But I think to simplify it, what's that quote? You know, a reader gets to live a million lives. So what's not to love about that? Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. What kind of books do you like to read? Horror, thriller, mainly adult horror, but I don't mind. I actually like YA thriller. And I'm trying to venture out into new genres. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I read a sci-fi Illuminae and I loved it. So I'm going to read more sci-fi. I hope to maybe read Dune because I hear that's a classic. So if any of y'all read that, tell me what you think, because I've heard that one's really good. And let's see. And also fantasy, but I am trying to get into adult high fantasy. That one is a challenge for me, but I want to read, I think The Name of the Wind is what it's called. But I want to work myself up to that because that genre does intimidate me a little bit because I'm not used to books with a magical system and a huge world building. But, you know, reading it's good to challenge yourself with reading. I think the only thing I don't really read much of is probably contemporary, just because I like to reading about something that could possibly happen doesn't really interest me too much. Like if it could actually happen, like someone, like a cute guy hits me with his car, you know, and at night, that could sadly actually happen. But if he hits me with his car, sticks, you know, goes to drive me to the nearest hospital, and it turns out in the trunk there's a werewolf that he hit as well, and the werewolf turns out to be the same one from the pack that killed my brother. Like, I would want to read that, you know? Like, that's something that I don't think would happen, not because I don't think werewolves are real, but I don't have a brother. Yeah, so there's that. Oh, and then what's this one? Sorry, I ramble sometimes. It happens to the best of us. Why did you start this channel? I kind of live out in the sticks, so to me, Booktube is kind of like a book club. I mean, that is what it is. So this is easy. That is the love-hate with technology. Like, I don't really Like, I'm kind of old-fashioned, as you could tell. I love to write. I like quills. But I'm not as good as calligraphy as I used to be, because I write letters to people and they don't write me back anymore. I know it's sad, because they're like, why don't you just send me a text? I'm like, well, because you could send out mass texts, but there's only one letter. So it actually, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I guess I'm just old fashioned like that. But the one good thing about technology is this. Like, I could reach out to people who I have not been able to find my booktube soulmate. I have found a couple of people who like horror, like a couple of booktubers who like horror novels as their main genre. But I still do like to read other books. Like, I do like YA. I prefer adult, but I do like YA. And, you know, I do venture out into other genres, except for, like I said, contemporary. So I'm hoping maybe me starting a booktube channel, maybe my soulmate will find me, so to speak, my booktube soulmate. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I don't know. I really haven't had that much wine. That's a cute card. So yeah, that's it for the 10 questions. That was pretty easy. I will end it with maybe what I usually read about a book a week. Last year on my Goodreads, I read 102, but I dropped it down to 30 this year because I want to start my booktube channel this year. Obviously I have, but I don't know how much time it's going to take me. So to learn all this techie stuff, so I don't want to overdo it. So I dropped my Goodreads number down to 30, but I'm pretty sure I'll read way more books than that. And what I'm reading right now is Bone Chiller by Graham McNamee. Where the wind has teeth and the chill can kill. I'm only on like chapter 5. I started it, I think, last night, I want to say. But I've read one book by her. Or is it a him? Graham. My bad. Him. Beyond was really, really good. Just imagine if your shadow was trying to kill you. Yeah. Sleep well tonight on that one. So I'm currently reading that. And then I don't know if for my next video I want to do a book haul of recently acquired books, or if I want to do a book review of the book I just finished. I may do a book review. And what are you reading, Skeleton Steve? Who likes to read? What's that? Are you trying to hide it from me? That's not the cover. You don't have to be shy. No one's going to judge what you're reading here. It's Booktube. Let me see it. Can I hold it? What are you reading? He hasn't started it yet. This is a Necronomicon. You can't... I'm not going to censor you. I'm just saying. No, I'm not going to ban... You could... You know what? You can read what you want. Read what you want. Whatever. I know. Well, I'm just saying, you know, be careful with that thing. Okay. Just not in my room. I really don't think it'll matter once you open it and read it. Do you even know that language? You know what? I don't answer that. I don't even want to know. I'm going to send you back to my Attica if you're not careful. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. All right. Steve says bye, and I hope I see, or not see, but I hope I hear from someone in my next video. And just leave me a like, subscribe. Talk to me about what your favorite horror books are, and maybe what you would like to see in the next video, kind of thing. But yeah, I look forward to hearing from somebody. Have a good one.